Hi, it's Beth, and I'm back again with a new notebook. And I picked up these Moleskine notebooks quite a few years ago now, and I prepped them ready for a holiday. But I found that when I was on holidays, I really couldn't get into the journaling as I went. It just wasn't coming out the way I wanted it to, and I didn't particularly like it. So I've had these notebooks just in my stash for literally years, and so I figure it's time to start using them. So I'm going to do a quote notebook album, and it's going to include all the quotes that I like. So I'm going to do it more like a junk journal, and the reason for this is because I find with my scrapbooking I'm so structured in the way I scrapbook that I just really want to be able to let go and, make it messy, do whatever I want, just stick things down and have some fun. So first things first is I have this old Pennies and Things magazine that I'd picked up from Vinnie's years and years ago. I've cut out a page of that magazine, and I've just cut it down to size, torn off the top, and I'm just about to stick it down. And that's going to be the basis of this particular page. There's a lot of paint and mists and sprays and stuff, and most of those will all be covered up. I don't really know how I'm going to go with all that washi tape on the corners, but on the edge, but that's okay. It's all about just playing and having some fun and getting some of my favourite quotes down. So I've got this piece of pattern paper, and it was just out of a cheap paper pack that I picked up from Aldi of all places a few months ago, and it's actually really pretty. So I was quite surprised. So I've just cut a little bit off there, and now what I'm going to do is paint a section of the page and that's going to be where I'm going to write on. So I'm actually in the end going to write on that section. That's beautiful coloured paint. Just drying it so I can keep going. That's the problem with painting and things like that. It takes so long to dry. So I'm going to stick this piece of paper down now, and then I'm going to get out a doily. I love doilies. I love that you can pick them up really cheaply for, a pack of 5 or something. 50 from a cheap shop for, just a couple of dollars, and you can cut them down, and they stretch so far. So if you want something that's cheap, economical, you can use on lots of different things, doilies are it. So I've stuck that down, and now I'm going to start stamping out just one word out of the quote, and it's want. So I picked up these archival inks the other week, and they are beautiful. Really didn't think I needed any ink, but I'm so glad I got them. They're so juicy, so good. And this colour grey is beautiful. Now, those are the oldest Making Memories foam stamps. They are super old, but I still really love them. I've had some that have come unstuck and the letters have fallen off, but for the most part, they're all still pretty good. The only thing that I do find with them is I'm so used to having or using clear stamps that I actually find it really difficult to stamp in a straight line. As you can see, the A is a little bit wonky, but again, it's just all about play and all about having fun. So I am going to do the writing in a second. Now, I'm also going to take the opportunity to practice script writing, because I can print really, really neatly, but my script or cursive writing isn't so great. So I am taking the opportunity in this little notebook album to work on that. The particular quote in this on this page is, "This is the beginning of anything you want," which I thought it was fitting as a title page in a new album. But also, you know, as most people, yeah, we all have things going on in the background. I'm just changing jobs now, so it was really fitting and it really spoke to me. So that's why I thought I'd use this one first. This is the beginning of anything you want. So I've got you've got this flag, and it was just a printable. So, you know, I've bought and downloaded so many and printed some off that I really couldn't tell you where it's from now. But I'm just going to pop a stamp on this now, on the doily. I find that the doily is a bit stark. It's a bit white. It's a bit boring. So I'm just going through my inks to find a pink to try and match up with the pink paper, or the pink in the paper. I didn't actually have anything that went great with it, but yeah, close enough's good enough. The other thing with this particular stamp, well, it's not so much the stamp, but it was more the doily, is that the stamp did bleed through a little bit, and so I lost a bit of the detail in the stamp, which is fine. Yeah, I'll go around it a bit later. Look, these birds are absolutely beautiful. They are Heidi Swap, really old. I've kept them in my stash for so long because I didn't ever want to use them, because I didn't, you know, I just knew I wouldn't be able to get them again. So, but I come to the conclusion that unless I back them with something, they were just going to get lost because they're just clear acetate. So I decided against those. These labels. Now, I bought these labels years ago. I was going through a real vintage phase in my scrapbooking, and I'd bought these off Etsy. Yeah, literally years ago. I'd say probably 6 years ago now. So I've decided that the top there is a little bit boring, and, you know, it needs to be filled up a little bit. So I'm going to go with a ticket, and I'm also going to put some washi down. The washi that I use is one that I picked up in like a 12 pack of washi tape at Kmart for $5 or something like that. And it's really nice. It's gold foiled, and just, yeah, it goes there beautifully. So if you're in Kmart, check it out. And I think, I've got this little jar. I think I go get the little jar now. Because to me, there's still just something that's a little bit missing from this layout. I get the watercolours, but really there's nowhere that I can use those. So I'll get rid of those. And then, yeah, I've got a jar, and it's just full of little bits and pieces that, you know, fall out in my bag, and instead of finding the packet that it goes with, I just stick it into this jar. So I tip that out, and as you can see, it's just full of bits and pieces, even stamps. But there's really nowhere for that stamp to go on this. So I think after pulling out that button, I think I'm done. All I'm going to do is go around the stamp, just to define it a little bit more. And then, yeah, that's going to be pretty much it. It's really nice just to have a play, just to, you know, not be so structured, and just to have some fun. Drawing some faux stitching down the side, and then I'm pretty much done. Thanks so much for stopping by, and hopefully I'll see you soon.